Welcome back. Dust storms and wildfires, those are the things we all like least about the monsoon. But the rain, oh, the rain. People are just begging for it.
They are, but our storms are so isolated that when it does rain, one side of the valley ends up completely soaked and the other side completely dry. During the monsoon months of June, July, August, and September, we receive an average of 2.71 inches of rain. That's nearly 1/3 of our average yearly rainfall. And boy, do we need it. Our wettest monsoon hit in 1984. We picked up more than 9 inches of rain. The 1924 monsoon was the driest with only 0.35 inches of rain. And last year's monsoon was very active and wet. We picked up 3 inches of rain at Sky Harbor Airport with a valley average of 2.35 inches. And when that rain falls, it falls fast, so fast that our dry desert soil can't take all of it in. Streets and washes and riverbeds, they quickly fill up with water without much warning. Rain droplets in the clouds can also freeze and stick together, forming hail. As it falls through the clouds, the air temperature warms, which can cause these giant pieces of ice to melt. And if they melt all the way, we get rain. If they don't, it comes down as hail. And that tends to happen more often in the mountains, but we do get hail here in the valley too.
As the rain pours down, there's a team of people working around the clock, tracking it all to keep you safe.
At the very moment rain starts to fall, the Flood Control District of Maricopa County jumps into action.
Our job is to keep people safe from flooding.
Their team of meteorologists and hydrologists can track the potential for flooding with more than 300 rain gauges across the county.
The red gauges are rain.
All it takes is 0.04 of an inch of rainfall to trigger an alert.
Well, this is a classic alert station. It's on a tube. The rain gauge is on the top.
Since our storms can be very localized, this extensive network of rain gauges is crucial to see how much rain is falling in each valley city.
Water falls on here, it drips through the funnel, and it's captured on one side of the tipping bucket.
It's also critical to monitor how fast it's coming down.
And it just keeps doing that throughout the storm. And knowing the time between the tips, we can calculate the intensity of the rain.
Heavy bursts of rain can lead to arguably the most dangerous part of the monsoon, flash flooding.
When it rains in the valley, it doesn't take much to turn our normally dry landscape into a sea of floodwater.
Amazed. I mean, the water was literally from garage to garage.
And just as easily, flash flooding can develop in just a matter of minutes.
It was just like a raging river.
It was insane. The windows were rattling and the water was just flowing so hard.
And it can carry away anything in its path.
Well, I was filming and all of a sudden his little Corvette comes bobbing down in the water.
It only takes about 2 feet of water to cause most vehicles to float. Because our ground is so dry, it forms a crust, making it hard to absorb any moisture. And when water can't seep into the ground, it starts to run off fast, causing very destructive or even deadly flooding.
This is completely insane. It's beyond me. I've never seen this before. And to have a car be completely submerged underwater, that is insane.
Last year, rising waters left one woman trapped in her car.
It was scary. I thought I couldn't open my car door because the water was coming in, and so I started panicking.
She was rescued by some Good Samaritans, but for these drivers, it took a chopper to rescue them from their flooded truck. It's an important reminder to never try to cross a flooded wash or roadway. Not only is it dangerous, it could cost you big time.
There were cars going right past me, and I assumed, they're going past me, then it's perfectly fine to go. And, well, it wasn't.
If officials are called out to rescue you, Arizona reserves the right to invoke the state's stupid motorist law. It requires drivers to reimburse the state for the cost of the rescue. So remember, turn around, don't drown.
Downburst, microburst. You hear those terms thrown around, but do you actually know what they mean?
Well, people in Ahwatukee found out the hard way last year when 3 of them in a single afternoon blasted down and tore things up.
Dust. Oh, I'm guessing these winds gusts are maybe 50, 60 miles an hour.
Our own reporter caught right in the middle of that powerful rush of wind flowing out of a thunderstorm. That's a downburst, and downbursts just like it are to blame for this. An entire development of new homes torn apart by winds as high as 90 miles an hour.
Looks like a war zone out here, and dangerous too. Lots of boards with nails sticking out of them all over the street.
Downbursts happen when rain-cooled air rushes from the base of a cloud to the ground. Once that air hits the ground, it spreads out equally in all directions and gains speed, creating wind gusts sometimes as high as 100 miles per hour.
Think about what happens when you drop a water balloon on the ground. That's essentially what's happening here.
The term microburst is used when this happens in one small area. It's a threat we see every monsoon. Just last year, a total of 4 microbursts in a single afternoon left damage from Ahwatukee to Sun Lakes to the Santan Valley.
Oh my God.
Those powerful winds can hit very quickly, so your best bet is to seek a safe shelter when monsoon storms start to pop up.
From lightning and thunder to dust storms and rain, how to stay safe when storms hit this summer.
Plus, I'm breaking down the forecast for this year's monsoon.
And when you see weather happening around you, be part of the news on Twitter by using hashtag ABC15WX for weather, or email your photos to share@abc15.com.